Howdy there, friends, family, and adversaries. Welcome to the show. Just a few things before we start today. Firstly, as you can see, the green screen is gone. I have just a regular old backdrop now. Though, unfortunately, there's still lots of empty space up top. These shelves that I got weren't as big as I thought they were going to be. So now we just have to deal with some empty space issues. But in terms of the green screen, if you're a fan of it, don't worry. There's still going to be lots of it for some really bad, cringe-inducing, terrible comedy. Like this! Hi everyone, I'm live from the moon. You know what that means. God, that was terrible. Secondly, I'm very well aware that this video is yet another in the line of video game grievance videos. I just want to let you guys know and reassure you, this is not turning into a video game grievance channel. I still very much love movies, heavy metal, and video games, and still plan on doing many essays. In fact, I just finished Doom Eternal last night, so I'm writing a script about that. And it's going to be great. So, as I said, this is not going to be a grievance channel. With that being said, though, this video is about my grievances with Epic Games. So, even though I'm not going to be doing more grievance-based YouTube videos, this is still a grievance-based YouTube video. The reasons why I'm doing this now is, one, because there was a news story about Epic Games that came out last week, and secondly, I haven't actually specified why I dislike Epic Games on this channel, and I wanted to rectify that. I have less than flattering opinions about them, and I kind of wanted to detail why. So, with that said, here we go. Epic Games will try its gold-plated keyboard at video game publishing. On Wednesday, the Fortnite developer and online storefront Rabble-Rouser announced Epic Games Publishing, which is a newly established publishing arm of Epic Games' increasingly omnipresent video game empire. With the announcement, Epic Games touted that it had signed 3 development studios such as Control and Alan Wake developer Remedy Entertainment, Limbo studio Playdead, and Shadow of the Colossus and Ico director Fumito Uda's new studio Gen Design. Epic Games additionally outlined its publishing business model. To quote, developers retain 100% of all intellectual property and full creative control of their work. Epic Games Publishing will cover up to 100% of development costs, from developers' salaries to go-to-market expenses such as QA, localization, marketing, and all publishing costs. Developers earn a fair share for their work. Once costs are recouped, developers earn at least 50% of all profits, end quote. In a statement, Epic Games founder Tim Sweeney, no relation, was quoted as saying, "We're building the publishing model we always wanted for ourselves when we worked with publishers." So I'm very skeptical about this deal, but before we dive into that said skepticism, we're gonna be looking at one small positive element of the story. Firstly, let's state that Epic Games Publishing could be a good deal for developers. While business terms between publishers and developers can be difficult to find, after all, publishers generally are not open about these financial deals, Epic Games as a company has a great track record in terms of developer friendliness. With the Epic Games Store, video game developers receive a generous 88 to 12% revenue split in their favor, which is much better than, say, Steam, which operates in a 70 to 30% split. And with the Epic Games Store's exclusivity deals, indie developers can earn some extra money they might need. In terms of Epic Games Publishing, the fact that Epic is proud to detail their terms in an industry where other publishers won't likely do so means that a deal where developers maintain control and creative freedom of their IP alongside at least 50% revenue when costs are recouped is a good deal that can entice developers to sign on. This is empty, by the way. I had a bit, I was supposed to be filming this earlier today, but, you know, I didn't get to it due to reasons, and this is empty, but it's just in the script, it says sip coffee. It's like, this is empty, you know, there's no coffee in here. But anyway, what I want to say is, however, we are talking about Epic Games here, a developer and now publisher that's far from trustworthy. The company hasn't earned any form of goodwill with PC gamers, trademark, and customers for many reasons. Firstly, their online store, the Epic Games Store, is a mess that lacks basic features like a shopping cart, yet Epic expects players to use its bare-bones service. They hand out cash to both independent and AAA developers and publishers to make their games timed exclusives on the Epic Games storefront, preventing titles from being sold on platforms like Steam or Good Old Games, which gamers view more favorably. As a result, the Epic Games Store has exclusive games people want to play on a service that people don't want to use. While admittedly installing a game store on one's PC isn't a big deal on the surface, it's just a couple of mouse clicks after all, customers that want to play many new hotly anticipated games are being strong-armed into using the Epic Games Store rather than being convinced that the Epic Games Store is a better service than Steam or Good Old Games, which it isn't. Even though competition is good, people are not using Epic because it's a superior service. Their going there because it's the only place where they can play the games they really want. Instead of making a better service than Steam, which itself has many problems, Epic uses wads of money to ensure that you shop there. Otherwise, you won't be able to play many of the year's most hotly anticipated titles. Secondly, Epic Games has a worse crunch problem than grape nuts. Crunch is an industry-wide problem where developers endure long work weeks with minimal to no time off for lengthy stretches of time. We discussed this a little bit about Naughty Dog a couple weeks ago, but Epic has their own unique crunch problem because of its mega-hit battle royale game, Fortnite. Yes, the world's current most popular game is a constantly updated live service that's always adding new content to entice players to keep returning and spending money. This means developers at Epic Games are always there working their collective asses off, grinding away any personal and free time in a never-ending cycle of crunch. With most development studios, crunch usually ends sometime after a given title releases, but Fortnite's nature as a never-ending media crossover empire means that this crunch won't end until people stop playing Fortnite, which, judging by their metrics, won't be happening anytime soon. My third grievance against Epic Games is that Fortnite's business model is somewhat insidious. Sure, Fortnite is a free-to-play game, but don't let that distract you from the fact that Fortnite expects players to pay for its other cosmetic items and skins. In fact, Fortnite is so divvied up into a haves and have-nots economy that reportedly kids get bullied if they play as a default character. The only way to attain status in Fortnite is to spend money, and that's a problem when so much of your audience are impressionable young children. So, what do these grievances have against Epic Games as a newly minted video game publisher? Well, as previously described in length, Epic Games has shown numerous faults in their company philosophy over the last few years. While the Epic Games publishing announcement wasn't bad on the surface, I'm awaiting for the inevitable hidden dagger. The company isn't trustworthy. Whether it's the Epic Games Store shenanigans, the studio's crunch, or Fortnite's cosmetic woes, Epic Games has proven to be a repeat offender because they're naughty. And the fact that Epic is now joining the big league of video game industry third-party publishers like Electronic Arts, Activision, Ubisoft, 2K, and Warner Brothers, you know, companies who've also been on gamers' shit lists before, I don't doubt that Epic Games Publishing won't have some hidden caveat down the road. A little piece of epic bullshit that accompanies everything this company does. Admittedly, I don't have anything I can really criticize about Epic Games Publishing for now, but we shall see in the future. I can't really get angry at the prospect of Epic Games being a publisher. They haven't done anything wrong as far as being a publisher yet, but, you know, it's just going to be a matter of time, most likely. But until then, I'll be watching. And with that, that was the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit the like and subscribe button. Please leave a comment telling me what you think about this Epic Games Publishing announcement. And for my high-tier patrons, Slasher Avails, Mom, and Miles Nelson, I just want to say thank you for all your support. Love y'all.